Hi there, advanced training pitters. It was fantastic being with you this week in the training pit on the 29th and 31st of August, where we live traded the S&P 500 in the form of the SPY ETF together. Hit our targets 100% both days, and what I simply showed you was how to truly trade with the trend and the dark pool. And most people don't understand how to trade with the trend. And we'll be doing a workshop on the 21st of October. That is a Saturday, so that everyone can attend it who has got jobs in the week. It'll be really good to see you there. But what I wanted to do really today is speak to you about price action trading, really about three types of breakout when you're looking at a range that is about to have a breakout at some point in time. What do you look for? Well, we did kind of touch on that in our trading on the Thursday, and it wasn't recorded properly, the screen, so you wouldn't have seen anything. You would have heard me talking about three types of breakout but seen nothing. So here's your recording on that topic, and yeah, sit back and grab your coffee and enjoy as we cover those things. Of course, what we spoke about this week is the advanced trading mental approach framework and technical analysis that has been bundled for you in a trading room, and you can find out more about that under our services page on our website. You will see there a room called Cryptotunities, basically called Cryptotunities, but we don't trade crypto. We focus on trading stocks, and we do some long-term type trades on the crypto market. And really what we are is a technically focused trading room. In other words, trading for the 21st century with tech as our friend. Not scared of algos. In fact, I create them, put them together, and write specific tools for the room as well. So if you want to join us with a high probability of making money over time or profit over time, the next step for you as an advanced trading pitter, of course, is that trading room where you can trade with a community of traders on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And it's massively education focused as well, but in a very practical way. For those that, of course, traded with me on Tuesday and Thursday, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. So we've got this mental framework. We look at 85, 80, and 20, I call it. Really, with a calm mind, we start our trading. We always want to be in that calm mind, removing noise, and then we go into a process that I call OSPEC whilst we're doing our analysis. And really 80% of what you're doing is your mental approach to trading, and that's where folks are not consistent over time and therefore not consistently profitable. Why? Because really what we want to do is become or demonstrate the characteristics of a pro trader more often than not. Let's take a look now at different kinds of breakout, right? So over here we can see a type 1 breakout. In this chart pattern, we see a completion and the price breaking out, okay, and really never looking back, just breaks out and it goes straight to the target. Okay, so it directly trends to the chart pattern price target, which has been set over here, and the stop loss that is placed below the pattern boundary. You know, a lot of times people will put their stop loss just below the pattern boundary, and that stop in this case is never challenged, as the price just really just goes vertically straight up to the target. Of course, the target here is set above this boundary by measuring from here to here and then just extracting that over here. As you can see, that gives you the distance for the deemed breakout. That's a type 1 breakout. That is very rare. That the price would have to be in a very high momentum, mass demand, buyers in full control type market, where that price is just, mooning. Okay, we probably saw price action similar to this with something like Nvidia in this year 2023. It's been one of those stocks that have just been going for vertical. Right, so let's take a look then at what a type 2 breakout looks like. This is more common, and type 3 breakout even more common over the last 18 or so months. So what's a type 2 breakout? Well, the chart pattern completes. Okay, as we see, following the initial thrust, the price pulls back to the pattern boundary, right? And does not challenge the protective stops that are below the pattern boundary. Price resumes to the pattern target over there, right? So if your stop was there, it's not challenged in this type 2 breakout either. Let's take a look now at a type 3 breakout. So we have price consolidation with our boundary formed, okay, and following the pattern completion, price pulls back, okay. We have a breakout and a hard retest, okay, as the price comes back and into the pattern boundary and dips below the horizontal line, challenging tight stops that were set over here, knocking you out. And basically that would now require a re-entry. Eventually price meets the pattern target, okay, but it takes some time. So in this type of breakout, which we see a lot of in this volatile market that we're in now, you may need a re-entry strategy if tight stops were triggered. In fact, on Thursday, when we live traded together, we saw that entire no trade zone that I'd mapped out and the price coming back to it and hard testing that whole area. And in fact, it wasn't going down. In this case, it was going up. And a lot of folks got caught out by that and started entering long positions erroneously, okay, not really paying attention to price action at all. So in this type of breakout, which we see a lot, as we said, you may need a re-entry strategy, and especially if you had tight stops that were actually triggered. So let's explore this further to help you then. Right, so when we're looking at the boundary of price action that's starting to form, in this case, of course, a clear range, what we like is we like to have identified more than 3 touch points, okay, of the breakout boundary to have a well-defined boundary. All right, this gives you a very well-defined boundary line over here. So you know that a breakout above this is a serious contender for a long, okay, and if price had come down here, tested, you know that any price action below that is also a good contender for a short, right? Make sure that you're prepared with the price level or price zone at which the breakout will be confirmed, right? And as we did on Thursday, we set that price zone on the long side, that if we had a breakout of this area, and in this case it was 453 on the S&P 500, if you recall that, we said at 453 that would be a trigger entry for a long. Lots of folks entered long over here and didn't even pay attention to what we'd covered before that, and well, was stopped out multiple times, right? Patience, as we covered in our OSPIC model. Observation with simplicity, patience in context to you, the trader, the time frame you trading in, 3 minute, 5 minutes, 1 day charts, etc., and the specific market you're trading. In this case, it was the S&P 500 in our time together. So yeah, let's take a look at what setting a target looks like on a boundary type of pattern or a range that has been set. How would you set your targets for the breakout? Well, basically, as I said, you measure from the bottom of the range to the top. You basically take that arrow and just flip it on top of this boundary and below the boundary, and that's where you get your short target or your long target. Make sure that you've measured your price target so you know what you are trying to achieve, and set, of course, price levels on the way to that target. Nothing says you actually hit it fully. You might hit a number of targets on the way there, and then sellers might take over and pull the price back down to this contested range, basically. Now, because in an earlier step you know the price level or price zone at which the breakout is confirmed, you know when you have your signal for entry. So look at this. Price broke out, but you've set your level for entry there, not here, like a lot of traders do. That is where they enter, and then of course what happens is a sharp test. Test can be so sharp that it hard tests right down to here, clearing out all stops that have been placed anywhere here, and that is setting yourself up to fail. If you know that most breakouts nowadays are actually leaning towards type 3 for hard testing an area of the breakout, why don't you set your breakout confirmation area at a sensible price level like we did on Thursday for the long? That's why we never entered a long, because we had covered this before trading, and despite covering it, folks went and entered long. Anyway, folks, discipline in professional trading is imperative. If you want to continue gambling and losing your money, then that's fine, but just understand that you are not trading professionally at all, and not respecting your money, and not setting yourself up for the long-term win, right? So hopefully that was an eye-opener for you, and you enjoyed trading with me this past week as I did trading with you. It was fantastic. Do look out for that workshop on the 21st of October on trend trading, and I will show you some things that will be literally mind-blowing and will put you in a place to succeed like never before. Had traders telling me they've been trading for years, and Taz, after your workshop, if I have to be honest, I was just gambling. Okay, we're going to take that out of your trade life and set you up to be successful. Right, so over here, what has happened? We had that breakout past our trigger area. Look at this. And then we had a hard retest happening. So wait for the pullback. It's not known yet what type of breakout you're dealing with, right? So wait for the pullback. This is just a trigger entry, but wait a number of candles, all right? Depending on the time frame that you're looking at, say, I like to wait about 5 to 10 candles, all right, on a 3-minute, 5-minute chart, and just see what price action does, all right? Testing of that breakout is fairly normal. Like I said, that perpendicular, that vertical type break right straight up to target is very, very rare. And if, of course, price did do that, so what? Look for the next trade, right? Better to be set yourself up for success than really gamble on something that happens very, very rarely. Okay. Then over here, of course, we see that demonstrated now that this is a type 3 breakout, which is now confirmed as the candle moves back into this area. And if you had a stop loss just under the boundary line, like most traders do, then you would be stopped out, right? So what you didn't do was wait for the confirmation, all right? And then what you do is on the break again past this area, there's a good entry signal for you to actually enter your trade, okay? Re-enter, like we said over here. So we hit that hard retest, hit your area again, and that is the re-enter signal. Okay, so good stuff. Now you know about type 1, 2, and 3 breakouts, and you know what to do about it, and you know that you can just re-enter, all right, at the entry level that you had set above the breakout boundary. Have yourself a brilliant day, and don't forget, 21st of October. If you have any queries on joining our trading service, which was set up for advanced training putters as the next step to your training life, now it becomes real trading, but within an educational environment, as you experienced on Tuesday and Thursday, send an email and we'll give you more information. As far as the workshop that's coming up, you'll see a mail going out a few weeks before this date, and it will say something like that: Mastering Trend Trading by Taz. And then you know that's the workshop. So don't worry about it. If you are part of the advanced training, but then you're on a mailing list and you should get that email. All right. what I will do is drop the link for this in the actual advanced training pit for you as well. So don't worry about that. Have yourself a brilliant, happy holiday weekend. Be safe and come back to us safe and sound to continue your professional trading with us. Have a great one. Bye. This is Taz signing off.